of working at both. But then they then sort of, well, we go away and think about it, and it's sort of that well, how long do you leave them? You know, you don't want to be too pushy.
Yeah, sure.
Follow up, and also I've also this week, this month, I think I've had 6 queries through the Celebrant directory, which is really good. But they are the very, very short sort of, can you let me know your availability for this date and your prices?
Yeah.
And although I sort of respond in a congratulations, you know, how exciting, you know, etc. And you know, whether if I'm available and if I'm not, I think with out of the 6, I think 5 of them I was available for. But then so I provide them with that information by email, because that's how they've contacted me. But then I haven't heard anything back, so it's that sort of, what do I do? How do I follow that up without being sort of well, I suppose you've got to be sort of in your face, haven't you?
I guess a couple of things. One, can you send me an example of your email reply? Let me have a look at how you've replied to that. The first query about following up, how did you speak to this couple?
Sorry, I spoke by phone.
Phone, okay.
I suggested that we did a video call. I'd have had to have tidied up the office and everything, but I suggested that, but they were sort of, it was sort of, let's do it by phone. So it was actually on speakerphone, their side. So
it sounds a little bit more like they're just doing investigation at the time. Yeah. So did you email them after the call?
I did email them after the call and just, you know, said it was good to speak to them, sort of reiterated a little bit of, because I was on the phone for about 45 minutes.
This is the trouble.
I know.
Trouble. So you gave 45 minutes of your time for free.
I know.
Then, you know, they just want to gather all that information, and then there's obviously no guarantee for you to get the next step, which is the most frustrating thing about sales and about the way our businesses work. When did you say that was? Tuesday?
No, it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Okay. So I would give them the weekend and then contact them again on Tuesday. Monday's never really a good time to contact anybody. No. If you're going to send emails or anything like that, Monday's not the best time. So I would contact them either on Sunday or on Tuesday. Sunday's always a nice day as well, because it's a day when they're more relaxed.
Yes.
And probably more thinking about plans. So maybe Sunday would be a good day. I would just reply, like forward your email that you sent them. And just do a couple of lines. Would love to speak to you again. Perhaps we could do a video call this time, and talk you through the actual process with me, or anything that you may have missed, that you felt like you may have missed in the call. And again, do it via email for now. You know, you don't want to be intrusive. I mean, the only other way is if you are feeling brave and you kind of feel like, because things like this, once you've been waiting a while and you felt like you've just given them lots of information, you probably don't have much to lose if you actually physically pick up the phone again and just be on the phone. Just wondered if you had any other questions, or you had any thoughts, or whether we could, you know, set up a time to have a consultation. I do offer, you know, free consultations or whatever. So you could do it either way, but I would pick one means. And I probably would do it on Sunday if it was me. Yeah,
I mean, I think because they'd seemed, they'd emailed me they'd contacted me whilst I was in America, and I'd emailed back from there saying, you know, I was away, and they'd been very keen to speak to me. So, but then, and it was, you know, it was a good conversation. I mean, I felt there was some sort of, you know, they were kind of couple, you know, that would be good to work with. So, I think Sunday, it sounds like Sunday would be a good time to. The other thing I've done is contacted the venue who put them in touch with me, because I had asked to make an appointment to actually go and talk to them sort of more formally at the venue, to see if we could actually sort of have a more formal discussion, because I've talk to them at a wedding fair, and I know them because I've conducted registrars' weddings there. But they were very busy at that time with it's a golf club, so they were very busy with some golf tournament. So I have emailed them and said that I shall ring them the beginning of next week to set up that meeting. And I've said, you know, it was really good of you to put me in touch, put these guys in touch with me and everything. So, but it's, I suppose that made me then. Sorry.
That's great, because that's another touch point. You know, it may not get you a booking at this time, but it's another touch point that you yourself forward and taking action there. So that's great.
Yeah, because I think, I mean, what I've been trying to do with them is show them that they're very new. They've been a registered venue for 2 years, but they're quite a new business, and they are looking to diversify. So I've sort of been trying to sort of push that side. But I suppose that the conversation with the phone conversation made me then look back, and I thought, well, I've had these 6 contacts through the celebrant directory. 5 of them I could do date wise, but how do I mean, I've sent them quite short, like we've discussed, you know, the very sort of positive, cheery, you know, congratulations and everything, but then and then sort of my cost and whether I'm available. But then it's, do I just leave that? Because I've had other contacts through the celebrant, and I suppose I've been a member of the directory for about 5 months, I think. And I've had other ones, but nothing. It's just I've provided the information, and that's that. And I just wonder if I provide it by email because that's how they contact me, and I just wonder whether I should be following that up.
I mean, it's an accumulation of lots of things, isn't it? I mean, once they've contacted you, they probably will be, if they're sending generic emails like that about availability and things, they probably will be contacting a few. It's what they do from there. So it's your email response. Do you have a nice signature, email signature?
I've got an email signature, and it uses because I use a sort of dark red as one of the colours on my website. So I have that in that sort of script type, you know, font. But it's just my name. It's not because I haven't got it sort of as part of a logo or anything yet. So it just says Brenda Wood Celebrant. And then
so I would get yourself a signature. So you may have seen some of my signatures whenever I've emailed you. I always make sure I've got details about me within my signature, because you are selling yourself, and that's your one opportunity to sell yourself. So if somebody else is emailing them back with a signature that has badges and things like that, then it looks slightly more professional and impressive, doesn't it? You can use something called HTML SIG, HTML and then SIG.com, I think it is. It's $5. It costs you about $5.
Oh, right,
Sorry?
That's not much.
No. It costs you about $5. It's a subscription thing. It costs you $5 a month, but just cancel it straight away when you go in there. But that's what designed my coaching signature.
Right.
It's so easy. You just plug in the information and then you copy and paste it. And it's just a much easier way. It's something that I found, a much easier way of creating a professional looking signature, you know, for next to nothing, without faffing, you know, it formats it all for you. Have you been into Canva yet?
Not yet, no. I've been through. I've watched the videos twice of our sessions, and I've been through the workbooks. I haven't completed everything, but I just this week and with the everything, because it's half term this week. I've been really busy with weddings because I don't have children, and most of my colleagues do. So I get used. So I've just been, it's been a little bit manic this week.
Yeah, no, don't worry. But what I'm saying is, when you've got a bit of time, go into Canva, watch the Canva training video, and go into Canva. Because on the signature, you can create a little banner.
Right.
One of your first tasks, if you create a little banner for the signature, you can then put something in the banner about yourself, or, you know, your tagline, or an image, or something like that. That will just create that kind of personal vibe on your signature. So a signature would be a good idea to have, you know, and you could even put, you know, some little one-liner testimonial or something like that within your signature. So that would be nice. And then obviously the next step for a couple, when you think about them and their process and what they do, is they'd probably go and check your website out, and that's where you've got those amends to make on your website. So that's only going to help you build your bookings there.
Can I ask you, on the website, I mean, the couple that I spoke to this week were a gay couple. And on the website, if I use too many images of heterosexual couples, will that not make them feel excluded?
So there's a lot of debate around this.
Yeah, because
when I first started, I actually had a same-sex wedding page, and it was a separate page to my wedding page. But this is before, you know, civil partnerships came in and all that kind of stuff. So obviously I changed it. I do have a picture or two of a same-sex couple alongside, you know, a man and a woman. You know, I do have a mixture, but I don't define it and I don't make it obvious either way. And I do think gay couples expect, you know, that mixture anyway. There's a lot of debate around getting this logo and all this kind of stuff. I personally don't feel like I need to put a logo on my website to shout about the fact that I'm completely open to everybody. I think that comes across in the text that you put and the personality that you put across on your site. So I wouldn't worry. I would say get a picture on there.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've thought, because I know, you know, I've done quite a few of same-sex weddings through work, and I've had some very, very mixed and interesting couples through work. So I've had transgender couples, for example, as well.
Oh, if only you could have pictures.
I know, but you know, I mean, you know, I could tell. Well, the very first one I had was a registry office wedding, and we were interviewing the groom. We thought it was bride and groom. Well, it was a bride and groom, but we were interviewing the groom, and then we saw somebody walk past the window in a red wedding dress, and it was the bride who was transgender but had gone through everything, but had the deepest voice and was about 6'3", and I'm 5'3". And they were a fabulous couple, and they had the most incredibly interesting guests. You could tell, you know, just by the colours, and you know, in Huntingdon, where I'm based, you know, Cambridge is quite cosmopolitan, but Huntingdon's quite sort of working class, normal. This isn't your normal bit, but they were such a lovely couple, and they were so happy together, and I think, and so proud to be getting married. I think that was the thing. But the bride wearing a bright red wedding dress and being, you know, 6'3"-ish, and but you'd just love to. It would just be fabulous to have had a photograph of the whole group. But you know, we can't even, you know, go there. Can't even say, can I have a quick selfie or anything? It's just not allowed.
Is it the fact that it's not allowed, or is it just not like PC or anything like that? Like
we're told. I mean, in Cambridge is very constrained. I mean, I'm sure from talking to people in other counties that they're allowed to do more things than we are in Cambridgeshire. But in Cambridgeshire, we are told you don't have any photographs. You know, you don't sort of mingle afterwards with.
But it's such a shame.
I know.
It's such a British thing, and I think, you know, if you're in the States or in Australia or anything like that, like it's the most special time, isn't it, of somebody's life? You're making that massive change for them. You know, what about a nice hug and I know. Excited for you. You know, I'm your registrar. Let's have a picture so you've got that memory. You know, like
some couples do ask us to join them, in which case we do. You know, you do, but it's not the norm. And I mean, I've done some quite, you know, some very small weddings that have been quite. Something's obviously gone on in the family. We don't know what, but they've had a very small wedding, and I've had a couple of times the father of the bride come up to me and just say that was just absolutely perfect. And you know, that was just what we needed. And you think, well, there's obviously something big gone on here. And in fact, one time it was, can I buy you dinner? It was you know, can you join us for a drink? No, can I buy you dinner in the restaurant of the hotel for the two of us that've been working? And we just said no. The only thing we can do is say to them, you know, if you want to put that in writing and thank the office, that's fine. But very rarely do they do that. So you sort of, I mean, I do capture in my diary the feedback that I get. If I get, well, I capture negative things that we have as well. But it's not the same.
The other thing that you can obviously do to make yourself, you know, more you know, help people understand you and your personality and who you work with is talk about it, obviously.
Yeah.
Is have those keywords on your website as well. So talk about the fact that you've got experience with transgender weddings. You know, that there might be people who are Googling transgender wedding, you know, and then you'll come up. So you've got experience. So talk about that experience, write about that story maybe. You know, you don't have to use their names, but you know some of their history, don't you? So it'd be nice to talk about how, you know, their story, write a blog about it. You could write a blog about your experience of transgender weddings and have that on your Facebook feed as well. You know, talk about the support that you give. If there's any news articles out there about it, you can share them and put your opinion across.
Yeah.
You know, it is just about talking about it in that respect.
Yeah.
That will help you. But if you can get those keywords on your website as well, if you can get, you know, gay wedding celebrant, you know, those words through your site, that would be really helpful for you. And you can do that easily through blogs as well. You don't have to really put it on your main content.
I've never done a blog, but that's one of the things that I'm quite interested in. In fact, yesterday I was going through the last module and the workbook, and I ended up making a long list of blog topics that I could think of, that from you combining the two experiences, but without inferring that it, you know, with sort of glossing over the fact that some of this experience is through my current job.
And why not? You know, that's life experiences. Why not talk about the fact that you're a registrar? You know, you know, that's your experience. That's why you're so good as a celebrant, because you've got all that backing. That's why you're credible. That's why you're a credible celebrant, because you've got that backing. But you want to turn ceremonies into more personalized experiences as well as what you do. So that's a brilliant idea, making a list of blogs, because it really sets you up. Have that in front of you, and then when you feel inspired to write one. Do watch the blogging videos. They don't have to be extremely long. You know, if you can write between 300 and 500 words, that's fine. The longer you can write them, the better. But if you can write them, you know, at least 300, split it up by headers as well. So, you know, don't make it one big long thing. Split it up by headers and subjects, because people will probably just read the headers, and then if they're interested in the headers, they'll read the content.
I've noticed that's what I do when I look at blogs. I just read the header and then that looks really interesting, or no, that's not for me today. So.
Exactly. So just break it down by small paragraphs, and then get some nice images using, you know, that Unsplash site that we talked about before. To add in once you've got your blog up and running. And then that's a really good way of gaining some visibility for that side of your business.
No, I'm very enthused. I'm a bit frustrated that I haven't had the time during the sort of course to do the work, you know, as we, you know, just to get to grips with some of the sort of practicalities, and I'm one of these people that needs I need to plan, because I scatter all over the place. I mean, I used to do some coaching, and I'm Myers-Briggs qualified as a practitioner, and I am definitely sort of a perceiving type that throws everything and goes in a very wiggly way to get to the end result. So this has been, the workbooks are really good in focusing and being able to go back to them and say, well, I haven't, you know, yes, I thought that was a great idea, but I haven't actually done that bit yet.
Sure.
I need the discipline of that.
I know, and I mean, with this course, it is a shorter course than the accelerator course, but obviously the accelerator course goes into a lot more detail about everything, and it's kind of at a different level.
Yeah.
But I do think it would be good for you, because I see the way that you work, that maybe consider that in the future.
Yeah, no, I've thought that probably would.
The thing about the accelerator course, what I'm doing is I'll offer a discount to everybody. I'm launching it on the 15th of July this year.
Right.
I'll offer a discount to everyone who's on the foundation course. Anyway, but what's nice about that, and how I'm changing it slightly, which I haven't actually launched or told anyone yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be offering, it's going to be a 10-week course again, with all the lives and the training. And then I'm going to be offering support after that. So I'm going to be offering support after that, where you can sign up and just pay monthly for all the live Q&As and the workbooks and masterclasses, because I feel like at the moment I've done 2 loads of that course, and then as much as I've got the Facebook group, I'm not really doing much in there, and everyone's then left to themselves. So I feel like the support needs to continue, and then anyone that signs up for that will also get constant access to the accelerator course, so you can join in the course as and when it keeps getting launched. So it is a better way, I think, of continuing your progress. This is more the foundation level, getting you straight. That's your next level. So
which I think is good for me, because having sort of been trying to sort of dabbling, as I've called it, for the last 6 months, really. I mean, I did the FPC course last July, and then didn't really start doing anything until about October time, and I was trying to put together the website, but I was also working with another job as well, which I've since stopped. And I think that this is a good time for me to sort of say, well, if I'm really going to do this, which I really want to, because every time I talk to you or read any of it, I get so sort of enthused about what I could offer. Then I've really got to put that time into creating that exactly. Foundation.
Exactly. And I have a business coach. I have a coach myself, so I do one-to-one coaching, and every time I get off the phone with my coach, I'm like, right, I'm in. Let's go. You know? And that's why in business you need support. You need somebody to talk to get excited about, to be inspired by, or just to give you that accountability, so that, you know, next week you need to update me. You need to tell me what you've been up to. You know, so it gives you that kind of accountability to keep that progress going. And I think that's what's important. And I think, you know, joining courses like this, as you say, have been really, you know, powerful for you to get yourself in that mode of learning and working through your business. When you're on your own, and when I didn't have a business coach for a while, when I was on my own, I found it very difficult to continue to get motivated all the time. And confidence. Even though I'm very confident in running my businesses and things, it's still, there's a level of confidence that you get from somebody else working with you. And you know that from, you know, your training.
No, I do. Are there any websites or blogs or anything that are sort of like an idiot's guide to things, to LinkedIn and Facebook? Because I've got a Facebook page and I've got a LinkedIn page that I set up really badly. Well, I think certainly LinkedIn I don't use at all. But what I don't know is how to change things, and, you know, how to pull it back on track.
So in the accelerator course, there is there's training sessions on every single social media channel. There is a lady called Helen Pritchard, who's the LinkedIn guru, basically. She's running a 5-day challenge, which starts on Monday. I'll put the link in. A really easy challenge, but what it does is gets you set up on LinkedIn and edit your profile and get your profile sharp. So it may be an idea. They're only kind of 15-minute tasks each day. Week. I'll put a link into the Facebook group. It may be an idea to join that and have a play if that's what you'd like to do.
Because I'm obviously not. I mean, I know that people you know, I get the emails saying, do you know so and so, or anything, but it's not the right business. You know, they're not the right industry.
So what you need to think about is on LinkedIn is you need to raise your profile on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, not really about contacting people or, you know, sending messages to people or even responding to the messages, the crappy messages that you get all the time. It is about finding contacts. So, you know, connecting with your local business people. I'll show you, I'll jump on and just show you how to edit your LinkedIn page, shall I? Just so you've,
that'd be great.
You've got that. Let me log into mine and I'll show you how to do that. You'll have to ignore how many
don't worry.
tabs I've got open because I'm just terrible at having a bazillion tabs. I'm organising a bazillion things. I'm off travelling next Saturday. So we're booking a ferry at the moment to...
Oh, right, yeah, I could see what you mean by all the tabs.
I know, I'm terrible for all the tabs. So I have my Facebook, I have my email account, I have my bookkeeping account, and then I've got all my websites for all my website edits, and I've got Canva, I've got a little star emoji, which I use on my posts, you know, so my payment system, I've got them all going. So, so this is my LinkedIn profile. So when you go onto your LinkedIn, if you click on your home button, I'll just show you again. You've got your little profile bar over here. If you click on your name, you'll go through. And then you just click on these little pencils.
So
if I click on that pencil, I can then edit my pictures, clicking on the little pencils, and it does tell you the size it recommends. And one of the great things on Canva, which I'll also show you, is that you can set up a template for that specific size, and then you can add what image you want into that and download it. And then when you've downloaded it, you can add it onto there and it'll be the perfect size. And then, you know, obviously your name and a headline, which is your tagline, your sales line. And this isn't so much anymore, you know, wedding celebrant. You know, it's not so much a job title. It's more now about what you do. So for me, helping wedding and funeral celebrants get high quality and consistent bookings. And then I've just put coach, directory, branding, websites, which is everything that you do. And then your current positions, and you can add your position. So you add your jobs in there. You can add your education if you want to, so you can fill that in if you want to. And basically then you just hit save, and that's your that bit. And then you've got this bit, which is your about. And this is where you ask questions, entice people, get people interested in you. So again, this is not just I've been a registrar and I've been a celebrant. You know, this is more do you want a personalised and unique wedding ceremony? Do you want something that's meaningful and in a location that you dream of? This is what I offer. I offer blah, 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 blah. So if you come and have a look at mine, you can see how I've done it. So I've got kind of 3 to 5 questions there. And then it starts off with, if this is you, I can help. And then it gives you a little bit of a bio about me then. So it's a really nice way of putting it.
That's really good.
So you can target your LinkedIn profile to clients, or you can target it to wedding venues and planners if you wanted to. So Debbie Skirm, who's the project assistant who works with me, she's targeted hers to wedding planners. So I'll show you hers. You can always change it again in the future, so you don't have to stick to the one thing, but it might be an idea to try and get those industry influencer contacts.
I think that's what I really need to try and build.
So she's got here, helping destination wedding planners deliver weddings in Spain by crafting bespoke ceremonies. That's what she's offering. So when wedding planners come over and check her out, obviously the wedding planners know that she wants to work with wedding planners. So that may be an idea. And then have a little look at her description as well, and what she's put. She used to be a registrar as well. So she has been in touch with me a couple of times, which has been really good. Really good. And then what you can also do is put your blogs on LinkedIn. So any blogs that you write, you can put on LinkedIn, which would be really good for you, because if you're putting updates on LinkedIn, then people are more likely to see you. Yeah, and that's it. That's the point really with LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, that's really helpful, because I know that I've set something up that's really not. I mean, I don't think I've even got a photograph, but I sort of did it because I thought I should do it, but
So
I didn't know how to.
LinkedIn is important. Again, this is your basic outline of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But what I would recommend you do is go onto LinkedIn. You can always go into the little search bar.
Yeah.
And you can search for wedding planners. If I type in wedding planner Bristol, for example, my area, and hit return, and hit people over here, you've got wedding planners from Bristol. And then I've already sent invitations to these, but that will say connect, and you can just click on that and connect with people.
Yeah.
So this is a wedding planner. They're in Lake Como, Italy, but why not press connect and connect with them. You just said now, don't worry about adding a note, and just make those connections. I mean, LinkedIn, they do say, the more connections you can make, the better. Someone recommends making like 50 connections a day kind of thing, which is a huge amount of work and time, but LinkedIn can be a very powerful tool if you focus on it. So
yeah, I think, I mean, my sort of goal is to focus on is to get my Facebook page and LinkedIn sort of really, working, and plan to sort of keep them updated, and really sort of, have that, and also focus on the blog, and to leave at the moment to be my sort of social media bit. That's my goal for sort of the next probably month, to try and get that.
So exactly, so work on those. If you want to send me your link to your LinkedIn as well once you've done it, and you want me to have a look at it,
don't look at it now. Whatever you do, don't find me.
No, have a look at mine, have a look at Debbie, and just use them as templates. I mean, don't worry, just use similar content if you want, just use them as templates to help out. I was going to show you Canva. Let me show you quickly Canva while we're on here. So this is Canva. Have you seen Canva at all?
I haven't. No, I haven't gone into it at all.
So when you log into Canva, you just get the free account. Don't have to pay for it. Just get the free account. And what Canva is just amazing. If I click on create a design, what it offers you is the opportunity to create beautiful graphic designer looking designs, but in a very easy and free way.
Yeah.
You've got social media posts here, so you can click on Facebook posts and it will help you create a Facebook post. You've got letters, A4 documents, presentations, birthday cards, calendars, logos, posters, flyers, all sorts, which you can scroll through and have a look. If I just click on Facebook posts, for example, and just show you, this is how simple it is. You've got templates that appear then on the left hand side.
Right. Yeah.
And you simply have a look, find a design that you like, for example. For example, this one.
Yeah.
Click on it, and in it comes. And then you simply edit it by clicking on the box that you want to edit.
Oh, wow.
It'll come up with the line. So if I don't want that there, I can delete that. If I want a different image in, you can go up to this little image doodah, and it has hundreds, if not thousands, of images in there that you can use for free.
Oh, wow.
And you simply drag and drop the image.
Yeah.
It should. I think this has got a filter on it. Drag and drop the image in and it will change the image for you. Okay, this is not a good example, but there's an image in there. You can then stretch out and the cursor, and you can play with it, and then you go up to this little arrow at the top here and you can download it for free as an image, and then you can just upload it to Facebook.
And then upload it onto, oh gosh.
But what I was saying about the custom dimension on LinkedIn, if you want to create that banner that's perfect on LinkedIn, you just go to this here, custom dimensions, which is back on your dashboard, and then you can type it in. So LinkedIn did tell you, when you hovered on it, it did tell you.
Yes, it's yeah.
So you can just type that in there, and then it will come up with a block, and then you can just fill that block in with anything that you like.
That's brilliant, because I've done for the last 6 months I've had an advert in a local free paper. It's not a free paper that's sort of, it's an advertising sort of thing that goes around to villages, because I live in a village, and it's produced locally, and I put an advert in because I just thought I'll just see what happens, and I've had 2 renewal of vows through that.
Brilliant.
Which has covered the cost of the advert for 6 months, plus made a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's one of them I'm doing in August at somebody's party house in their garden. It's just a small ceremony, but it's ever so easy. To me, it's very easy and also very, very nice. And so I've decided to keep the advert, or to keep advertising. The 6 months has come up. I want to redo, as a result of this, this short course, I want to redo the advert. And whereas I'd put statements, change it to some of the questions, because like you suggested on some of the things. But that looks like Canva would be really good because my advert was just very, very basic, done in Word with no images on it apart from the FPC logo. So this would
absolutely.
Would be brilliant, and I can put the dimensions of the advert in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was measuring it on the screen as trying to.
Absolutely, put the dimensions in there. You can upload your own images as well if you find something you like on Unsplash, or you've got your own personal images. You can upload those on there. And yeah, it helps you design it. It's nice and simple. You can choose different fonts. So yeah, I would definitely recommend having a play and you create something. Because you could easily pay 50 odd quid for a designer to do your design. So you can go on here and have a good, play with it and design something yourself. And again, if you want to share it with me and you want me to have a look before you finalise it, happy to.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you ever so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Just us today. I'll get this in.
No, never mind.
Other videos that I've still got to put into the course. So I'm going to go.
No, I shall be working through them over the next. I've actually got 3 weddings today. I've got. I've got Registrar's General wedding at 11, which is a hospital. It's somebody who's terminally ill, which I don't do very many of them because I'm a very part-time member of staff. But they do. There's a couple of us that they call in when they're short-staffed to do them because of the kind of people we are, I suppose. I've got that, and then I've got 2 big venue weddings this afternoon. so yeah. But
this weekend, or are you off this weekend?
Oh no, I'm working tomorrow, and then I'm off. I've only got 1 wedding tomorrow. One's cancelled. So probably tomorrow and Sunday I'll be doing some more work, and looking, because I want to, I need to embed all this and make it second nature, and that's Absolutely. Just taking time.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm here to support you. So post those bits into the group when you're ready.
Will do. Thank you.
I'll check in on it on the weekend if you're working on the weekend. I'll check in. We'll speak soon.
Great. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks. Take care. Bye.